This is a story of a young girl named Ijeme. She lived in a small village in Africa. Ijeme was the youngest of 6 siblings. She possessed a heart filled with kindness and a spirit dedicated to following the way of God. Unlike her siblings, who were often distracted by the temptations of life and the allure of material wealth, Ijeme spent her days in prayers, helping others and living a life of humility. Ijeme's devotion to God made her an outcast in her own family. Her siblings were envious of her inner peace and the respect she garnered from the villagers. They began to resent her. They would mock her prayers, ridicule her simple ways, and try to lead her astray from her simple path. Every time, prayer, her sister Amy said. Ijeme, her oldest sister Agnes, sneered one evening. Prayer won't fill our bellies or make us rich. You've always acted as if we don't serve God too. Your own is too much. Ijeme remained calm, her eyes filled with compassion. Auntie Agnes, prayer nourishes the soul, I pray not for wealth, but for our family's peace and well-being. And in God's time, He will make all things beautiful. Peace. Her sister Agnes laughed. Look around, Ijeme. Your prayers hasn't even worked for you. Where is your God? Abeg shift. Ijeme sighed, but did not retaliate. Instead, she prayed silently for her siblings' heart to be saved. One year, a severe drought struck the village. The fields dried up, the river ceased to flow, and food became scarce. Desperation gripped the villagers, and Ijeme's siblings grew even more resentful of her, blaming her for their misfortune, believing her piety had brought them bad luck. It's all because of her, Agnes accused one night. Her constant prayers always brings bad luck. We would make her stop. In the midst of this despair, Ijeme continued to pray. She prayed for rain, for the well-being of her family, and for the villagers. One night, as she knelt in prayer, she felt a warm light envelop her. A voice, gentle and powerful, spoke to her heart. Ijeme, your faith has been unwavering. Tomorrow, gather your family and lead them to the village central market. The next morning, Ijeme shared the message with her family and some villagers. Though skeptical and reluctant, her siblings followed her, driven by a mix of curiosity and desperation. This is foolishness, one of her sisters muttered, but followed nonetheless. As they arrived at the central market, a soft rain began to fall, growing steadily into a nourishing downpour. The villagers rejoiced, dancing and singing in the rain, grateful for the life-giving water. We are saved, a villager shouted. Thank you, Ijeme! Another cried out. Amidst the celebration, Ijeme's siblings felt a change within themselves. They saw the love and faith in Ijeme's eyes and realized the error of their ways. Ijeme, Agnes said, tears streaming down her face. We were wrong. Can you ever forgive us? Ijeme embraced her sister, her heart full of love. Of course, Agnes, I have always forgiven you. Let us move forward together. Ijeme forgave her siblings. The village prospered abundantly, and everyone continued to look up to Ijeme as a symbol of faith and humility. Her siblings, transformed by this experience, dedicated themselves to serving others and living with the same devotion Ijeme had always shown. The village thrived and harmony prevailed among its people. Years passed and Ijeme's story became a legend in the village. Children would gather around their elders, listening with wide eyes to the tale of the girl whose unwavering faith had saved them all. Ijeme herself grew older and got married. So the only son of the king grew older, passed, and Ijeme and her husband became the king and the queen of the village. Ijeme continued to live for God and serve humanity.